So yesterday was a whole day, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was a whole day that felt like a week or a month or a year or a court case from start to finish almost.
Ice Cube said today was a good day. That's what I said yesterday.
Yeah. So about this time yesterday, we had the story coming out about the NCAA looking into Tennessee, and then a whole lot has unfolded in the last 24 hours.
Joshua,
we're on to the Attorney General's lawsuit.
Yeah. Do you know why I was not fazed and very confident yesterday when this news broke right before the show? I mean, some people kind of worried and concerned. Mm-hmm. How I kind of dismissed it.
Because of Tom Mars?
Well, that was the first reason. The big Joker card that I knew that Spyre had regarding Nico. I knew Spyre had that big Joker card. And I knew that Tennessee wasn't going to back down.
Right.
And it wasn't going to be that same type of party that happened a couple months ago where Donnie Plowman had the press conference and basically spilled the beans on Jeremy Pruitt and essentially begged for mercy. And some fans felt like we sounded weak and how we needed to take it to the NCAA. That was referenced yesterday during the program. That wasn't going to be this type of party. I knew that. I just didn't know how quickly we would assemble. I didn't know how quick we would regulate.
Yep.
But Warren G and Nate Dogg said, regulators, mount up. And here we are. It ain't just Tennessee, man. This is about college football. And you saw Virginia get into the party. They can't beat a number one. They can't beat a 16 seed by themselves. So they joined with Tennessee to beat a 16 seed. And so Tennessee, Virginia, in the lawsuit together against the NCAA. Other states, come join the party. I know you want to. I'll be surprised if they don't. This is about college football versus the NCAA. We got Bama fans calling in on Feinbaum, taking up for Tennessee.
Yeah, legend, right? He's on Tennessee's side on this one.
Bama fans. We got Kentucky fans, the smart ones. Some of the Kentucky fans still are like, Tennessee about to get in trouble. Alabama fans, here comes Tennessee about to get in trouble. Ain't nobody getting in trouble. If anybody's in trouble here, it's the NCAA. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And Tennessee strapped.
Can I ask you a question?
It depends on if I like it or not.
As it relates to football, college football, it's a pretty popular sport.
I might like this. I might like this question.
What is the point of the NCAA? What is the purpose of the NCAA's connection to college football?
The purpose now or the original purpose?
I could actually ask the original purpose, but I definitely want to know now. What is the point?
No purpose now. No purpose now. But at all.
Okay. Because I haven't come up with one. So,
if
I can't come up with one and you can't, and we don't receive one, I don't know why Tennessee or any other school would accept punishment from it. Florida State just did. Florida State, a few weeks ago, received punishment from the NCAA over NIL. Miami did a year ago. Texas A&M shut down its fund. Now, each state has their own laws and all that stuff. I get that.
Florida State not organized, didn't have everything buttoned up, and they are not Spyre Sports Group, who I've been saying for months, organized, they know what they're doing, and this is why there's been a coming, I guess, like everyone coming together, because everyone knows that Spyre's been operating in good faith and following the rules, and we got receipts. Like, we got receipts to prove that we've done everything correct.
And so the reason I bring that up, though, is again to ask this is more of a moving forward question. Like, what is the purpose of the NCAA existing in the world of college football?
Well, this is the beginning of the end, and this is what people predicted that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. It was a matter of when. It was a matter of what story.
Yeah, it was only a matter of when.
Tennessee's probably going to be at the center of what is the end of how we've known college football and what the new look to the sport will be. Whenever we may be a few years away, 5 years away, I don't know. But yesterday felt like a big step toward what the new future will be in college football.
Yeah, I mean, it was above coaches and ADs. It was going to be about university presidents and chancellors coming together and deciding enough is enough.
Right.
And it takes a strong one to be the first one. And Donnie Plowman was the first one.
Yeah, I told you before our show
she's a
started,
leader. She's strong.
I thought her letter in response to the NCAA was masterful.
Oh, my gosh.
It was well written. It was strong. But the message she was sending back to the NCAA spun the entire conversation of this toward what we're going to be talking about from here on out. And that is the fight against the NCAA, which the state of Tennessee is going to help lead with the Attorney General's announcement earlier today in tournament bracket form, along with Virginia's Attorney General.
Tennessee number one seed.
The national conversation after our show yesterday, especially yesterday evening, was about that. How can the NCAA try to enforce whatever it's trying to enforce? I saw a number of people nationally ask, how can the NCAA make these allegations when they haven't actually made them yet, at least publicly? So I saw a lot of people, big names who cover or follow or are around college football, ask, how can the NCAA make these allegations without knowing what the allegations are? That's how well done Donnie Plowman's letter, that's how well done Tennessee's response to yesterday's news was.
You watched the movie Training Day?
Several times.
Could you give the people like a general overview of like Training Day, the plot, like kind of what's the movie about?
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, he's a newbie on the police force. Mm-hmm. He's going to go out on a day of training with Denzel Washington's character, who is he is a veteran, and it turns out that Denzel has some not so well placed intentions, and he owes a lot of money, and he uses Ethan Hawke as payment, and Ethan Hawke fights back.
Remember the end of the
movie?
Is that
a fair description?
Yeah, remember the end of the movie where like Denzel,
he has control over everybody.
Walks up in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And the neighborhood had enough.
Yep.
Like they had enough of Denzel. That's college football to the NCAA. Like we've had enough. Dondy, Ethan Hawke here. Like we've had enough, and we're coming together. We're fighting back. You're not gonna bully us around anymore. You're not gonna try to spin it and try to use the student athletes. Well, this is for the best intentions of the student athlete. Let's show you this commercial about a young black kid outside playing basketball in his Air Jordans. That's not even real. Like, the jig is up, NCAA. Like, you're not fooling anybody anymore. You're not tricking anybody anymore. Everyone's fed up. You got Bama fans calling in on the Feinbaum show, taking up for Tennessee. The same Tennessee program that Alabama fans hate because we snitched on you 20 years ago. Like, they're putting that to the side and saying enough is enough. We need to come together. It's like the Bloods and the Crips coming together. Like, it's time for us to unite. This is a Captain Planet moment. Like, it's time for everybody to unite, and the NCAA, it's time for them to go away. This is the first step.
Yep. Chip texted in, Florida State got in trouble simply because they were lazy in recruiting Amarius Mims. He was the player involved, and Mims and Georgia football told on FSU. Like, I get it. I understand why. Yeah. My point was, I don't know why they accepted it.
Should have fought back.
Yeah. I understand why they got in
But
trouble. I do that.
You got to have leadership. You got to have strong leadership. You have to have alignment to be able to fight back. And Florida State maybe feels like they don't have that. They don't have a commissioner like Greg Sankey that will have the back of its members, that actually has power. Like, we haven't heard from Greg Sankey yet. We know how Greg Sankey backs Tennessee because he was in Indianapolis when Tennessee was dealing with the NCAA months ago, when Tennessee was recognized for how they handled the situation and basically being a model for how schools should operate during these certain times. Greg Sankey was there.
Yep.
So we haven't even heard from Greg Sankey yet. I can't wait to hear what he has to say or what he even thinks, but
he has multiple schools now tied up in this, Tennessee and Florida. Florida has its situation that's going on. We'll see if others. There were reports last night that Tennessee is the latest school. It's not the only school that has been hearing from the NCAA.
There's others.
Florida recently. There will be more coming. So do want to be clear there. This isn't just Tennessee, but Tennessee is going to be a leader in the fight back against the NCAA. This isn't the NCAA targeting just Tennessee and we're going to go after the Vols. They're going after a number of schools. They've gone after a few. Tennessee's the latest, but Tennessee said, "No, we're not going to put up with it, and we're not going to just back down and take whatever you give us. It's going to be quite the opposite. We're going to give it back."
Yeah, enough is enough. Enough is enough.